What's good, everybody? It's your boy Joe BWY, your favorite rap and Black Series collector, hip hop Jedi, and host of your favorite weekly break from everything Taungsdays. Am I right? And we're here for another episode for you guys. It's just gonna be a kind of relaxed episode. We're gonna check out some stuff that I got in the mail, and it's very appropriate considering the Acolyte finale that we just saw yesterday, and which, by the way, was so great. No spoilers, but we will talk about it in more detail on the Light of the Jedi podcast later on this week. Probably on Saturday, you'll see that come out. So anyways, guys, tune in for another episode of Taungsdays. Am I right? Let's kick back, relax, take a little break, and check out some cool stuff. Much love. Let's go. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Joe B1, and today on Taungsdays, Am I Right? We're going to be taking a look at some figures I got in the mail. And in light of the finale that we just watched, I thought this would be a great episode. And I know I'm going to be posting it a little bit late today. I apologize for that, but I hope you guys are ready to join me while we check these figures out in detail one by one. I think it's going to be a good time, and I appreciate y'all. So first up, we have May in her assassin gear. And I typically leave the robe and hood on and the mask off, but I wanted to show her with the mask on first, and before we started doing any posing or anything like that, and checking out how all the paint stuff looks. And yeah, she poses really well. I will say that all these figures do suffer from a little bit of a loose ankle situation, at least in my case. But there's ways around that anyways. Here she is now with the hood down. You can get a better look at that face sculpt with the mask on, obviously. And you can see I've got the knife there in her hand between her fingers. And I will say you want to be careful with those. They are easy to lose, but this does come with storage for her little blades right here. Just inside, if you lift that part up, there's a little pouch in there, but still be careful because they are small and very, very easy to lose. I already lost one, and luckily I found it. And here she is with the mask off. And yeah, man, I'm really, really pleased with this figure. I think the face sculpt is really well done. The paint's well done, poses well, and I'm a fan of the show. And you can see it does sit in her hand like so. But you know, obviously be careful with that. Maybe don't leave her like that. But yeah, and that is May. And here we have Master Indara. I really like this figure. I do have some minor gripes with it, you know, nothing too crazy. You know, but it is a very, very cool figure. Poses well. The face sculpts and paint looks nice. That lightsaber blade is vibrant. And here she is with the robe off. Like she's kind of reaching for her saber. And but I was really trying to do this so we can highlight and take a better look at the hilt, which you'll see right here is really nice. It's one of my favorite hilts in the line now, absolutely. And I really loved Indara's character, especially after getting to know her in episode 7 and kind of trying to understand, you know, what all happened back there on Brindok. But yeah, we will take a look here. The back, you'll notice, is stark white, clean, no paint or weathering. But on the front, it does have some weathering. So it could be a problem for some, but you can see here it's very clean. And on this side, it does have some weathering. So you may want to weather it up. But here she is now with the robe back on, reaching for her saber, ready for action. Master Indara. I'm very pleased with this figure, very happy to have it in the collection. And I know that it's not necessarily going to be for everybody, and that the show isn't necessarily for everybody, but it got me. Anyways, here is Yord Fandar. This one has some of the coolest details, in my opinion. I'm really, really pleased with some of the paint apps and details sculpted onto the belt. And we'll take a closer look at that in a minute. You can kind of already see it here. I'm very pleased with that. The sculpt work for the face and the hair and all that stuff is excellent. And it looks really good. Very, very good. And here he is with the robe off. That way you can kind of see his lightsaber hangs very neatly on his side. You can see there on the belt all that gold and kind of gray and silver and black, brown. I mean, all those colors look really good and pop against that tunic color. And then you'll see here his gauntlets, fan braces, whatever you call them, just look great. That gold is fantastic. Might be my favorite little detail on this figure. But I'm very pleased with Yord Fandar, and shout out to all of those that were and are a part of the Yord Horde. May you always remember. And here he is again, reaching for his saber on his belt. Just like doing this pose when I'm putting them on the shelf. You know, and I've got an Acolyte shelf set up specifically for these guys, so and eventually I'll have them in some kind of more dynamic poses. But while I'm waiting on Osha and Soul, this is how they will stand. And last but not least, we have Jeki Lon, Padawan Jeki Lon. It's a really great figure. Lots of great paint apps on the face and hands and stuff like that. They really did a wonderful job, and I am very pleased with it. The lightsaber is a really cool hilt as well, and it matches her sash, her belt. You can see here I kind of lifted her arm up like she's reaching for her saber, and there's some really good colors in the saber, really great colors on the figure, which y'all guys know by now that having some color on the shelf, I am a sucker for that. I'm always happy with that. And I think this Jeki Lon figure really kind of gives us an opportunity to have a Padawan young Jedi on the shelf that looks great. And for me, it'll be on my Acolyte shelf, which is just perfect. So very pleased with that indeed. But yeah, guys, I am just thankful you guys joined me today for watching Taungsdays. Am I right? I wanted to take a little kind of relaxed break today. Nothing too crazy. No major news to talk about. Obviously, we will discuss the finale of The Acolyte on the Light of the Jedi podcast, so tune into that. But yeah, just want to say I appreciate you guys for tuning in to Taungsdays, Am I Right? Right here on the Fan Force Alliance channel. And much love. May the Force be with every single one of you. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's show. Taungsdays, Am I Right? I really appreciate y'all for coming to watch the show, and I look forward to next week's episode, which will be something that doesn't have to do with the Acolyte. So we'll see what happens, right? But anyways, guys, thanks again for joining. Definitely like, share, subscribe, hang out with us here on the Fan Force Alliance, and also follow me over at JobyOne on all the platforms, music platforms, YouTube, Facebook, the whole shebang, jo3.b.1. And again, thank you for watching Taungsdays, Am I Right? Much love. May the Force be with you. I'm out.